Hello, thank you for joining me for today's practice. Today's sequence is about winding down for the day, so perfect before sleep or anytime you really just need to kind of reset and kind of try to relax and calm down. Make sure you're nice and comfortable and let's make a start. We're going to start in our Japanese seated position. If you feel comfortable to do so, you could take cross legs if that's better for you, but if possible, feet down, toes pointing back. And let's start by cupping the left hand into the right, tips of the thumbs lightly touching, closing down the eyes when you're ready. Bringing the attention to the breathing. Letting go of your day. Noticing how you're feeling. And allow whatever is here to be here. And starting to slow down your breathing, slowing down the inhale and slowing down the exhale. Just noticing if you can make the exhale a little bit longer than the inhale. And then let's open up the eyes. Bring the hands forward and sit back into your child's pose. You could open the knees out wide if that works for you, reaching the hands forward, letting the forehead relax, and just making a choice about whether you want to be active through your arms or you want to just let the arms really relax. Continuing to stay with your breathing. Having that sense of letting go, particularly on the exhale. Being right here with this breath. And then this breath. And then let's come up into your tabletop position, setting up your wrists underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. Taking an inhale to arch through the spine, shoulders away from the ears, lifting the eyes forward or up. And then as you exhale, we're going to just take the hands over to the left and bring the outside edge of that right hand down to the floor, that karate chop action, and then sitting back towards that right heel. And then come back through center, come into your cat, taking an inhale. Exhaling over to the right, left hand out of edge blade, comes down, sit back towards the heel, left heel, and then come back to center. Take an inhale to arch. Exhale over to the left, right hand down as you sit back towards that right heel. Center, taking an inhale to arch, and then exhaling over to the right, left hand down, sitting back towards that left heel. And then coming back to center. Just take a neutral spine. Make sure you've got enough room to walk your hands forward, and we're going to come into Anahata Asana. So bringing the chest down towards the mat, either chin or your forehead. Try to keep the hips over the knees. Having to be a little bit active through these arms here. So sealing down through the palms of the hands. Rotating the armpits to face one another. Just externally rotating those upper arms.
Stay with your breath, and particularly that exhale, trying to slow it down. And then taking an inhale, bring the forearms down, come all the way down onto your belly and coming into your Sphinx position, setting up those elbows underneath the shoulders, taking a couple of breaths here. And let's just let the legs be really relaxed here, relaxing the glutes. And then coming into your broken wing. So let's take that right arm out to the side, right elbow above the shoulder line. Turn the head to look over to the left. Then just using that left hand to roll over onto the right side of the body and bringing this left foot a little bit behind the right leg, or you could just stack one leg on top of the other for just a bit more of a easier, more relaxed variation. Just your choice here. Try to allow the legs to be relaxed. A little bit of pressure down through this right arm and just pressing into the floor, so meeting the floor with that inner edge of that right arm. If it feels comfortable to close your eyes, you might close your eyes here. Just breathe into any rising sensation in the body. Just noticing if there's any way you can let go. Maybe in the face, the jaw, the throat. And remembering to try and slow down the exhale whenever you can. Just one more full breath here. And then rolling over onto your belly, just coming out nice and slow. And then once you're in the center, stacking one hand on top of the other, rest the forehead down. Just taking a moment here in the center, closing down the eyes. Just noticing any residual sensation after you've come out of that posture. And then opening up the eyes, come back into your Sphinx for a moment. Just taking a breath. And then transitioning to the other side. So taking that left elbow out to the side. Turn the head to the right and then using that right hand to roll over onto the left side of the body. And choosing whether you want both legs just down in front of you or one foot behind. Letting that right elbow be relaxed. And eyes can just rest somewhere or closing down the eyes. Find the breath. Just meeting any resistance in the upper body, in that chest, front of that left shoulder. Just with gentleness, notice if you need to move back out a bit, or if you do have space, you might be able to go a little bit deeper. Is there any way you can let go? Long, slow exhale. more full breaths here. And then let's roll back onto the belly, just gently coming back out. Stacking one hand on top of the other, resting the forehead down. And then opening up the eyes, bring the hands underneath the shoulders, press yourself back towards the heels. Just coming to a seated position so you can extend the legs out to the side and out long. Just coming a little bit further down your mat. Just extending the legs out long. Taking an inhale to bring the arms up, and then exhale, folding forward over the legs. We'll just start quite active, and then we'll really just soften into this posture here. Option here to do a bit of work through the feet. Just taking an inhale. As you exhale, point through the right foot. Inhale to flex. Exhale to point through the left foot. Inhale to flex. Exhale, point through the right. Inhale, flex. And exhale, point left and flex. Let's just go a few more here. And finishing off your last one, both feet flex. Take an inhale to extend, and then exhale, folding down once again. Maybe just letting everything relax, relaxing the feet, relaxing the arms, relaxing the head. And then let's take an inhale to roll back up. Open the legs out wide. Coming into your wide-legged pose or Prasarita Padottanasana. Being quite active with the legs to begin with, pressing down through the backs of the legs, interlacing the hands at the base here, lengthening up through the entire spine. And then taking an inhale. As you exhale, taking a side bend over to the right, so reaching that right elbow down towards that right knee. You might turn the eyes, look up towards the ceiling, and then inhale through center. Exhale, left elbow to the left knee. Maybe eyes look up towards the ceiling. And then inhale, center, exhale to the right. Inhale, center, exhale to the left. Inhale, center, and then exhaling to the right, releasing that right hand down. You could have it on the leg, on the inside of the leg, the elbow, and just holding it here, grounding down through that left sitting bone. You're using that left hand to continue to lengthen out through the back of the neck. Open the breath. And then taking an inhale, coming back to center. Take that right hand back behind the neck. Inhaling, and then as you exhale, coming over to the left, releasing that left hand down to the leg, or the elbow might come in. Just wherever you can, keep grounding down through that right sitting bone. Maybe eyes looking up towards the ceiling. Try to drop the muscles at the base of the neck. Open breathing. And then taking an inhale. And then let's just release that back hand. Both hands behind you for a moment, trying to rise right up onto those sitting bones. And it might be plenty for you to just stay upright, but if you can bring those hands forward and start to come down onto the forearms. We just want to stay a little bit active through these legs, so the toes and the knees keep pointing up towards the ceiling. Come back to focusing on that longer exhale. You could close your eyes or just allow your eyes to rest somewhere. Checking in with the jaw, just releasing the jaw.
2 more full breaths. And then when you're ready, starting to walk the hands back up. Using the hands underneath the thighs, bringing the legs together. Make your way down onto your back. Just take a moment, just allowing the back to rest down onto the mat. Those shoulders and scapula just flattening down, back of the pelvis resting down. And bring the legs up to your tabletop position, arms out to that 90-degree position. Palms can be flat, and then dropping the legs over to the right. You can use your right hand on top of that left thigh, maybe turning the eyes to the left. Allowing the legs to be heavy. And the left shoulder blade heavy. Feeling free to close down your eyes. Letting go with each exhale. And then taking an inhale to bring the legs back through center and dropping them to the other side. That right palm facing down, maybe the eyes turning towards the right or just continuing to keep them closed. Right shoulder blade heavy. Last couple of breaths here. And take an inhale, bring the legs back to center, placing the feet down onto the mat. And in your own time, just extending the legs out long, letting the feet fall away from one another, arms a little bit away from the body. Closing down the eyes if they're not already there. Just noticing the back surface of the body and everything that's in contact with the mat, the ground underneath you. Imagining those points of contact getting a little bit deeper with each exhale. And then noticing the parts of the body that are not in contact with the mat. Just relaxing the back of the neck, and the lower back. Sensing the whole front surface of the body. Noticing if there's any way you can let go. Picturing the whole right side of the body. And the whole left side of the body. the back side of the body, the front side of the body, the right side, and the left side. And then the whole body together. Completely letting go of the weight of the body. Allow yourself to rest here. Just being with this breath. And then this breath. Just allowing the breath to do what it needs to do. Some breaths might be short and some breaths might be long. Please stay resting here if you'd like to. Thank you so much for joining me today. Namaste.